Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive. I think I hit the wrong button for the intro, though. Did I hit? Yeah, so Spirit Island Sundays. Nope, it is not Spirit Island Sundays. This is Dolphin's Dive. Whoops. Well, sorry about that. But it doesn't matter. Welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch or Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Well, X, YouTube, and whatnot, I guess, technically. I've cut this out of the intro, and I'm kind of going autopilot now, but I don't say this anymore because it's... Anyway, where are we? I don't know why I'm so zany today. Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Spot of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, and on Spirit Island, and Sentinels of Earth Prime, Horizons of Spirit Island, and One Deck Galaxy. And you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Oh boy, this stream is going to be fun if that's the pace that we're setting here. So we're playing Spirit Island. I wasn't here this past weekend. I'm probably not going to be here this next weekend as well. Past weekend was my mother's birthday. Did I hit something weird? Yeah, apparently, I just realized, apparently the wire connection to this microphone is not super strong. It is killing audio if I bump it, so I'll try to be careful. Sorry about that. Because I've been hearing it go off in my ears. Okay. Yeah, so no, it was my mother's birthday past Sunday, so I didn't stream on this past Sunday. And there's another thing going on. It's not another birthday, but there is another thing I have to deal with next weekend as well. So there'll be no Spirit Island Sundays this coming weekend. And so I guess it's prudent for me to play Spirit Island on my own stream so that I keep up with it. Otherwise, I'm going to go a long time without it. Which is great because it's a fun game and I love it tremendously. So, as I am wont to do, let's do quick play, 3 spirits, 8 to 10. This is what I've been doing lately. It's made for some pretty interesting games. And we have been given Sweden 3 with Rituals of the Destroying Flame. Not a thematic map. We have River, we have Ocean, we have Shadows. So none of the new spirits, unfortunately, but oh well. Sweden 3. Difficulty 5 at level 3. Escalation: after invaders explore into each land this phase, if that land has at least as many invaders as Dahan, replace 1 Dahan with 1 town. That is swayed by the invaders. We also have heavy mining. If the invaders do at least 6 damage to the land during Ravage, add an extra blight that does not destroy presence or cause cascades. Population pressure at home. Add a city to land number 4. Move the blight to land number 5 if the blight starts in 4. Find steel for tools and guns. Towns deal 3 damage, cities deal 5 damage. One of the most forgotten rules, as we'll probably be like, oh yeah, defend 2, it's totally good for this Ravage. What? I blighted. So the fear card distribution, 3, 4, 3. So that's that. Also, Rituals of the Destroying Flame. This scenario is notably easier for spirits that generate lots of energy, notably harder for spirits that rely heavily on damage or destruction to keep invaders in check. Such as Lightning Swift Strike, Sharp Fangs. Oh, we don't have any of those spirits, right? So rule changes. Invader immunity. Whenever anything would damage or destroy invaders, ignore that damage or destruction unless either there is a flame marker within range 1, or the spirit using the power or ability pays 2 energy. For non-spirit effects, any spirit may pay the energy. 2 energy covers a single Dahan counterattack, a single land affected by a main Dahan token event, or a single land affected by a fear card. Any invader left in an illegal state because they were not destroyed, such as from Ocean's Hungry Grasp, are moved to the closest land they can legally be in. Those could be seen today. Invaders are similarly immune to any effects which would happen instead of damage or destruction, such as Bringer, but Bringer's not here. But we also have the Ritual of the Destroying Flame. Each turn after all growth is done, 1 or more spirits may perform the Ritual of the Destroying Flame. Each spirit performing the ritual forgets a power card that grants fire and chooses a land where they have presence. Then add a flame marker and a blight to that land, gain energy equal to the current invader stage, And if there are invaders in that land, gain fear equal to the current invader stage and 1 damage per Dahan present. Flame markers are permanent and are not limited in quantity. So the invaders are stronger. This is a difficulty 3 match. And combo that with Sweden 5. This is a difficulty 8, so it does line up with our difficulty estimate. So yeah, we can't damage invaders unless we spend energy, but of course we don't have much energy at the start of the game, and we also have Ocean in a 3-player game who might be a little more energy starved, so that's a bit tragic. But yeah, we can gain some energy by placing a flame marker. Each turn after all growth is done, so we could do it on turn 1 if so wanted. We have to forget a power card that grants fire, choose a land where that spirit has presence, add a flame marker and a blight, but also gain energy. Stage 1 will be 1 energy. And if there are invaders in that land, gain fear. It says do fear, which is a weird phrase. I'm pretty sure gain fear is how you normally get it, but sure. But we'll get, say if we do it right now, we'll have 1 energy, 1 fear, and damage per Dahan present, which of course happens with the ritual placed down there, the flame marker rather. So we could try to set that up, or we could do it next turn, because we could do it, this is during the spirit phase, after all growth is done. And we can use that to prevent a ravage, or prevent a build, whatever. Otherwise, we're not very well equipped to deal with the invaders. So let's see. So let's start the game, see what happens. See that blight move to land number 5, because it started in 4. Ocean wants to place a presence in a land. I guess we now have to start thinking about the flame markers. We have boards H, B, and D. H comes from the Horizons board, so this is a Horizons setup, and there's a lot of mountains over here. That's cool. Let's see. So one of the things I like to do at the start of the game is to figure out where the flame markers should be placed for optimal coverage. But in this game, it's a little bit different, or not different per se, but a little bit weirder, because we do have to also consider the ocean, because and whenever anything would damage or destroy invaders, which includes the ocean drowning, you ignore it unless there's a flame marker within range 1. And this, they specifically mention this down here, so you do have to count the oceans for this. So not only do we want to place flame markers such that they're at range 1 from every land on the island, but we also have to include the oceans, which probably means we're placing them in 1, 2, or 3 on each board, and that will hit the ocean, but we do have to have that in mind. Hello, Nezu! How are you doing? So looking at board H, actually on every board this is the case, that if you place it in land 2, it hits the ocean, it hits all of the coastal lands, and will also hit some of the inlands. So placing it in the ocean is probably not ideal unless it so happens to land that way, based on other things. But in any case, since you do want to do damage based on Dahan in the land, then maybe you should probably place them in lands with Dahan, and that would never be the ocean. So let's see. So let's just assume we're doing this in D2 on each board. So this will hit on board H 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So we have to do 4, 7, 8 as well. And on board B, it hits 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't hit 5, 6, 7, or 8. So 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the only way to hit 8 would probably be through 7. So maybe we're going to have to hit that one. This will overlap with 6 and 5. Which is kind of necessary. We could make this a bit better to move this over here, but then we don't have the one with the city. So, on the other hand, Ocean can place them in oceans more easily than they could on the coast. Even though they can get on the coast, they do have to basically do the specific growth action to get onto the coast. Today started with a major anxiety attack because of Wi-Fi going down, SD card not working with the Steam Deck. Oof. Sorry to hear that. Have you resolved things, or is the Wi-Fi still down on at least the Steam Deck? Let's see, so now we have 4 hit, or sorry, 4 was always hit. And this one's kind of annoying. Like, this land 8 is kind of annoying. I guess we don't have to do 2, per se. Like, land 1... Yeah, let's actually back off on that for a second. So, ignoring the ocean for... I guess, no, we don't have to ignore the ocean. The Wi-Fi is back up, but the SD card is faulty. Yikes. So I put this on 1. It hits ocean. Let's just, I don't know, use these icons. We can see that. There's not really any other corner from there that is mostly hit by only one thing. Let's say I put one here. Actually, this one would be the better spot for that, as that will hit those lands. Let's delete that for a sec. This would hit these lands. So then 6 has to be hit by either 5 or 1. 1 will hit everything 5 hits except more, so we go there. And that leaves 5, 7, 3 across here, so there's going to be overlap there. 5 only sees 7. So it would have to be like this, basically, for these 3 lands. It's not the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only need 5 play markers. Not bad. I presume, so like, math is interesting. There's always a least integer, or a least positive integer. Whenever you're trying to find a least positive integer, there always will be one. There's a theorem in math that says that. Maybe it's not a theorem. Maybe it's... I don't think it's a theorem. That's a lie. It's just the fact. It's due to the fact that the natural numbers are well ordered. This is not true of real numbers in general. There's no real number. There's no least real number greater than 2. If you say 2.01, then you also have 2.001, which is better, and then 2.0001, which is better, etc. But there's always a least positive integer. And the positive integer that I'm looking at in this case is the number of flame markers to place on the board. 5 could be the least. It's very likely to be the least. Is there a way to do it with only 4? Maybe. But in any case, I'm not going to be too fussed about it. This is a decent placement. Doesn't use any of the oceans. And the reason I wanted to investigate this before placing Ocean's presence is that maybe I want to make sure Ocean grows into 1, 2, or 3 based on where a flame marker needs to go. In this case, it would be land 3. I'm gonna do that. And they're going into wetlands. Perfect. I chose wisely. Sorry, one sec. Alright, you suppose one major bright spot just starting to playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. You're in love with it as a major D&D fan. I have yet to play Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, so Ocean, typically I would do this to hit the remaining 2 oceans. It's not going to give me any fire tokens. Or flame markers, that is. That's the word. So normally like that would be fine if they were to grow into, or build in D3 this turn. Then we would normally be able to just push them into the ocean and they would drown. But by this scenario, they can't do that. So they would just move to the closest land they can legally be in, which could just be D2. but it is something to watch out for. Likewise, I could do Call of the Deeps to gather these 2 explorers, but they would not drown. They would have to go into D2. I mean, they could go into D1 or D3, but that would still allow the build to happen. So the most efficient way to prevent that build would be to just drown the 2 of them, but then, yeah. So if I want to be able to destroy the things that go in D3, maybe I want to do growth option 3 on turn 1, which is a little unusual. But if I do that, I guess the problem is I need to be able to place a flame marker. I don't have a fire card. That's why I have to say I have to do this, because I don't have a flame marker. I'd have to gain a card that has fire on it, and presumably I would do the ritual in D3. There's no Dahan in there. It would not kill the explorer. It would lose my presence, so I wouldn't be able to drown it immediately. Plus, if I do this growth option, I have to push the presence from D0, which then means I can't use Call of the Deeps there. So a lot of interesting things I have to consider on turn 1. So River doesn't necessarily care about the flame markers immediately. Ocean's only damage, or at least, you know, I guess the innate has damage, but Flash Floods is the only damage you can do right now. It would stop a build, but you don't usually play that on turn 1. We meaning me, Royal We. I don't normally do it on turn 1 because I don't have the energy to pay for it. H7 kind of sucks though, but we could set up a ritual there next turn. It is a spot for the ritual. We can do River's Bounty to place 3 Dahan in there. And then do the ritual. The problem is you don't have any fire cards, but if you were to do the ritual, then 3 damage for the Dahan would kill the city. There'd still be a town and explorer, but we could wash away or innate away the town so that doesn't blight. So it does assume that we're going to be gaining a power card on turn 2, and that power card has fire and we can afford to play it. So that is not necessarily... I guess the energy we could always get by doing the energy growth, but we're not guaranteed to get a fire card. So that's something to watch out for as well. Shadows has a lot of fire cards, at least 2 of them. Council of Dread, of course, combos really well with Ocean. So if we did do the flame marker in D3, then we could drown D1 by doing Mantle of Dread. That pushes the Explorer into town. Could also just be defended with Grasping Tide, but that's... So that would require the flame marker to be placed in D7 before that happens. Otherwise, I mean, we're assuming we're not spending energy to do stuff. The sniper spirit. Yeah, like a lot of people kind of criticize Shadows because like it starts with 0 energy per turn, so it feels like you could never have energy. But this special rule is really powerful because targeting a land regardless of range helps you out a lot. You could snipe, like this presence here can be used to do something in H1. So even if I lose the presence in B5, I can still hit H1 with a range 0 presence, you know, because of the Dahan that's in there. So like that is a really far distance, and it makes range 0 powers a lot better. Range 0 powers are usually like pretty good, but the requirement of being in the land can be tough. But being able to hit things from far away makes it a lot better. I do want a flame marker in B1. I could do a growth there and then do the ritual to forget either Crop's Wither or Mantle of Dread or a different card. I'm more inclined to do a different card. Yeah, the one that's defend 10 but range 0 from Sacred Site. Yep, exactly. That card is a really powerful defend card, but the Sacred Site range 0 requirement makes it very hard to use, but if you can just target any land with Dahan, it doesn't matter. You still actually do require a sacred site for that, though. Bear that in mind. Because like I would like to keep the fire cards because replacing a city with the town is really powerful. Pushing into the ocean is of course great, so I probably want to gain a power that's fire. So let's do this. I'm happy to do this because I will gain an energy. So I could afford to play a different card. Or play 2 cards, that is. So, this card has fire on it. I guess I click it. And then we have to wait for all growth to finish before I do the ritual. But that will give us our first flame marker. Okay, do we want to do the same in D3? So you saw we only had 1 fire card out of the 4 that were given to us, which is a bit tragic. There is no Dahan in D3, so the ritual there would not kill the explorer. I did have... If I have this... Oh no, sorry, I'm probably going to be Mantle of Dreading the town out of there, right? So I can drown this guy either with my innate, if I play enough earths, or just with Swallow the Land Dwellers, but if I do that, I'm gonna get the ocean breaks anyway. Ocean gonna be breaking is what it seems like. I guess I'm gonna play Tidal Boon then. To get that earth, and then Call of the Deep still. It's a bit of a waste. Because like D1 is solved with Mantle of Dread. D3 is solved by drowning a town, so I don't need to really gather an explorer. On the other hand, if I don't like, Ocean needs to start doing things, right? Ocean needs to drown things. Is there a way I can get to 2 energy? In which case I could drown things by spending energy. This gives me 1, but I don't hit this. This gives me 2, but I have no growth. Which is like even worse. Plus I lose the presence in D3 because it has to be gathered into the ocean. I guess Boon of Vigor gives an energy. Gives 2 energy. So if I don't place the flame marker in D3 and instead I spend 2 energy to drown, I'd probably just drown 2 explorers. Because I don't want to have to spend 2 energy twice. I'd have to spend it to drown there and drown there. Unless I do Grasping Tide here, in which case I don't need to drown that this turn. In which case, I guess, like, if I'm doing this growth option, I can't even be in D1. This costs 0, this costs 0. I guess I could spend a 1 energy card, so I could play Tidal Boon. Tidal Boon. Well, I wouldn't really want to play both of those, because I want to be able to preserve an Earth card for next turn. I guess I don't have to play Swallow the Land Dwellers, but I'm still playing Call of the Deeps. Whee! Does it just make sense to just drown the 2 explorers? I guess the problem is, like, if I Swallow the Land Dwellers in D3, I spend 2 energy to do that, but I gain an energy back because they're drowned. If I Call the Deeps, I get 2/3 of an energy back. But then I don't have to defend D1. I don't know, this is semi-annoying. Let me at least do the thing I know I'm gonna do, which is to put ocean presence there, or sorry, river presence there, and then river presence, I would say in H1, but it's not super vital. H1 just hits H0 and H2. Which the ocean could already do. Work closer towards other wetlands then. Get to this D7 so that we could do a ritual there someday. Guess I'll do that one. So I'm playing Boon for Ocean, and I'm playing River's Bounty so I can get the Dahan in H7 for the ritual next turn, assuming you get a fire. If not, I guess Shadows could go in there and forget a fire card for that. That is a backup. Let me commit to this idea. Get the 2 card plays. I probably want to honestly get energy. I know Seamus loves going up energy on Ocean. John will always say, but you can get energy by drowning. But we do have to spend a lot of energy in the early game here in order to place these flame markers down, or spend energy to deal damage. Or sorry, we don't have to spend energy to do the flame markers, right? Just spend energy to kill the guys. We gain energy by placing the flame marker, but we're not getting that this turn. So I'm just gonna, whatever, I'm gonna get that element. Whatever. Now do this. Forget Savage Maw Beasts. Place there. Cool. But you can't get into by drowning. Hey, John. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Alright, now with that flame marker, we can deal damage indiscriminately in these lands. Yay! I love Nassim. I guess I have an innate where I can gather energy. You got married on the weekend. Oh, snap! Congratulations, John and Nassim. Am I saying that right? Nassim? Nassim? Nazim? Nazim sounds like nasal. Or is it like it's spelled Nassim, but it's pronounced Karen? Sorry, that's a bad name. It's Robin, but it's spelled N-A-S-I-M. Robin. I said it right the first time. All right, cool. Nassim. Nassim's right. All right. I have 1 energy, and I have 2 card plays. So I'm playing Concealing Shadows? Question mark. That doesn't seem right. What was the card I forgot? Should I have forgotten a different one? This is free. Jungle Wetlands, Fear Damage. Doesn't really help with B6 at all. What is that actually? That was range 1 from a sacred site. It also includes B8. And it is slow, so it could deal with a Explorer. I would have to either lose Crops Wither or Mantle of Dread, which I don't want to do just yet. Crops Wither is great because it leads into the classic Shadows card Jungle Hungers. Am I playing this for elements, or am I just not playing it? I'm probably not playing it. Is there a place where Darkness Swallows would do something? Like stop D3, but we have like Call the Deeps for that. Maybe. I don't know. It's not really necessary for Call of the Deeps because I want them to grow. Do I? Don't I? Do I? Don't I? Do I? Don't I? Maybe I'm not even playing that card. Unless I want the fear. Tidal Boon? No, I don't want to play... Wait. Oh yeah, I guess I could do... Right, I guess I was supposed to play Tidal Boon, right. I was confused by that play, but yeah, Tidal Boon at least does push a town out of like H6 or something. I don't know. Can I stop the city in H7? Oh no, right, no, we're not worried about that because we're gonna put Dahan in there and then do the thing. So we do want that city. I feel like I planned out my entire turn and I already forgot it because I got distracted with Nassim. I don't think that Gather's really going to do anything this turn, so I'm going to forego it. Is there a card I want to play on Shadows? Favors Called Due? Gather's 4 Dahan? Could do that to set up for the ritual. This is range 1. And I won't have the energy to hit any land, but I could do it somewhere. Is there another ritual spot? I guess D3, but we're not gonna need that right away. Guess it could be like throw it in B4. Could also just be where they ravage, or not ravage, build, explore words. If I'm not doing 2 card plays, maybe I should just gain an energy. Maybe that makes more sense. Oh no, I can't undo that. What? What? There we go. I blame John for bug. Wait, I have millions of energy now. Seems like a bug too. I should only have 2. If you're excited about bugs, now wait for Jagged Earth. Wait. Have 0? I have 1. I'm gonna report this. I'm not sure if this is duplicable or what. Wabam! Looking at board members. Okay, do I have to hit undo a million times to do this the classic way? That would probably make it work better. We get fewer bug reports about bugs that help the player for some reason. I hit this one. Alright, this was before I did the ritual, so that's why that worked. Now I have 2. So since I do have an extra energy now, I could do like Crops Wither in any land with city that has Dahan. Such as H7. Is there any reason to want to do that? Save it from the event? I guess this is Sweden and the escalation is a factor, so we probably do want to do favors called due to try to mitigate as many Dahan conversions down the road as possible. It's only Sweden 3, we don't have the acceleration, so we do have one more stage 1 card at least. And I guess I don't have to drown these 2 guys. In which case I don't have to play Boon of Vigor, but whatever. All right, 40 minutes in, we finished turn 1, almost. Mountains. Okay, so we're gathering there. Actually, before I do that, let me think, because Favors Called Due could also gather there if we so wanted. Not sure if that's necessary. Oh, I ended up playing Soul of the Landlords instead of Tidal Boon because I undid. Great! Fan-flippin-tastic. No Tidal Boon for me. It is a bit detrimental because now H6 is going to play. Like, I definitely want the Dahan there. Could do Favors Called Due to put 1,000,000 Dahan in there, and that would be enough damage to kill all the buildings in H7 without having to push the guys away. In which case I don't need to take a town out of there, so that's okay, that will work. Go there. Go there. Ba-da-da-bum. And that energy. Guess get them away from the coast. You only need. Yeah, we could leave the 2 in there. Alright. This has to be fire. This is fire. We'll be playing 3 cards. Well, not necessarily, because I'm gonna forget one of these and not have my 3rd card unless I want it in the reclaim. Any reason that I would want any of these? I mean, Elemental Boon also counts as a fire card. Sky Stretches is really strong. Let's just set up the flame markers, though. Oh, and also, let's not forget where the other candidates are. I think it was those. So we have to wait for after all the growth is done to forget Visions of Fiery Doom, but we will. I'm gonna lose that presence. I could do a second sacred site or super stack sacred site or whatever. I'm also fine like getting set up in D7, set up a flame marker there down the road, especially because there's the mountains adjacent to that that have to be dealt with at some point too. Let's stick with 2 card plays on Ocean for the time being. This is a fire card. This is a pretty good Ocean card. Question is, how necessary is it for a flame marker to be placed this turn? On this coast, not necessary. On this coast, not necessary. On this coast, if this one is done, it's not necessary, but that's going to be done not right away. Unless Shadows goes in there and loses one of his fire cards. But probably don't want to do that either. Also, this is Sans Wetlands, so it doesn't help with the mountain. I mean, it's only for the extra damage. I could still grow into like H3 and do the thing with my presence. The marker on H1 would allow things to be pushed out of H3 with Wash Away without having to spend energy. So the spirit using the power paste to energy. So like if we try to drown H3 guys without spending energy, it would be River spending that energy, and that means we can't do it. Could still just push the guys out though. Push them into H1 or H2. I guess we can also just Flash Floods H3. Oh, but that would we can't afford that right now. Right. Well, we have a Flash Floods. Cool. Let's just take Drought so that we have something to forget. And then let's just keep going up energy track in Spite John. It gives elements. That's kind of the large draw of it, honestly. Like there. 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 I could also not play Grasping Tide since it's not doing anything this turn other than giving elements. But not really. I could just play Tidal Boon. Let's just play Tidal Boon. Alright, let's just keep clicking cards here. Fire. Fire. Any reason for the others? This is decent elements. And it allows for Jungle Hungers! Yay! Range 1 presence. Let's just do Sacred Site over here. I could grow into D3 and do the flame marker there, but kind of don't want that because that will destroy the ocean presence as well, which is inefficient. Also, it's not going to do anything. So let's just get a Sacred Site so we could do something with Darkness Swallows this turn if desired. And desired, I do. Did I even want 2 card plays? I guess I do. Let's do that to stop build. We're not doing this for its effect, although it does give a fear. And if we're gonna forget this next turn, maybe then let's play it this turn so I can use it and then forget it from the discard and keep my hand bigger. All right, so river over here. That one's done. This flame marker is not going to do anything this turn. This one would. Won't kill anything, but it will allow for things to be drowned in H3. I guess that's acceptable. I don't have to reclaim if I get power card next turn. Just fine. Saves Grasping Tide for H3 if desired or something. I don't know. Grasping Tide for B2. Oh, it already could be done B2. I don't know. I think that's fine. The game's telling me that I could still play more power cards. Weird. So it's only board D that's really suffering from no flame markers right now, and also H3 technically. And B8. And B7. Wait. Actually, I think I don't hit B7 with the flame markers that I want. That's a little worrying. A little bit. We don't necessarily need a flame marker everywhere, right? Just gather that guy out. He doesn't build. Same difference. This is gonna place 2 blight down, by the way. Let's just throw you over there. Maybe? We can put wilds down even if we don't do the thing. I don't want to spend energy. Build prevention or event mitigation? I'm gonna go with event mitigation. Because H7 would cascade. Years of little rain. A terrible drought parches the land. You may let the plants die and the land wither, or act to ease the drought. Oh boy, well, we have 4 energy. We need 12. Aided by water. If we achieve it, we can add presence. So we could get it by forgetting 2 water cards. Each spirit may add a presence to one of the lands with Dahan. Do we have ocean does, river does, shadows does? Okay. That would still work. Animated rack root doesn't deal damage, so yeah, we don't have any damage, so the -1 health wouldn't do anything. Let's see, is there water cards we could forget? We could just forget Flash Floods. We will lose Massive Flooding for this turn. But this is the only river sacred site, so it wouldn't really do much other than prevent a build. We could lose Grasping Tide, or Call of the Deeps actually would be decent. Call of the Deeps is pretty weak. It is pretty cheap energy, technically, but Yeah, let's ease the drought. Guess we also could have spent some energy. Discard this, spend 2, or just spend 4. It's fine. Oh, by forgetting that, I did lose a water, so I have to spend 1 more. Okay, fine. Make a sacred site here. Yay! Super stack! Technically we do have damage. Cities have -1 health. This beast would kill this city, huh? That's pretty amusing. Is it worth doing that and losing the presences? I'm gonna say no. Jungles. And this is the last stage 1 card, so escalations are gonna start. So Grasping Tide for H3. So I could wash away D8 or D5. D5 is a pretty good candidate because it has Blight. Tidal Boon if we're in a land with mountains or jungles. Oh, this doesn't push explorers. It does push Dahan. Animated Rack Root. Could use that to stop this build. I accept. Wait, I can't use it to stop the build because there's no flame marker. I realized that after it happened. I didn't even, like, I did think about that before I noticed that that explorer was still there, but it was something. I was like, hey, this flame marker's not here yet, so I can't actually kill that guy yet. Otherwise, it's B8 or B5. I guess a wilds here is okay. As that is blighted, we'll stop infestation. Defend H3, so I would rather not wash away. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. D2 is rather terrible. Might as well keep the terrible localized. Ocean breaks. This is to drown a town. I can spend energy to drown that town. It's not gonna do that much. If I can get a town pushed into a different land, that would be okay. This guy's gonna dive to the Ritual of Destroying Flames. So I could push the town out of H4 and drown it in H3. Still requires an energy to be spent. Suppose I could have comboed, like, did Wash Away, or sorry, did Tidal Boon in D7 and then Wash Away D5, but we could just kill that town with the flame marker, so that's not necessarily better. Grasping Tide is defend 4, so it would be theoretically enough for H3. Except for the fact that towns deal plus damage. I already forgot that. So 3, 1 is 4. So Grasping Tide is enough for H3, but not with the extra towns. So I'm gonna go ahead Get that town out and drown it for energy costs. It's okay. We have +1 energy. So River is reclaiming. Theoretically could gain a power card, get to reclaim 1, and play only 2 powers, which is, I guess, basically the same as reclaim all. Except you grow. Oh, except we're already at 3 plays, so it wouldn't be the same as reclaim all. You also gain a power card, so you play 3 of these 4, leave 1 in hand. Next turn, get the reclaim 1 and gain a power card, so you'd have 3 again, so that would be okay. You wouldn't be stuck in a reclaim loop for too long. Except for the fact that we're hoping to get a fire card. In which case, if I take this, it's not really 2 cards, it's 1 card. If I do this, it's not really save 1 card in hand, it's lose all cards, but that's fine. Assuming I get a fire card. I do. Well, I guess I will click this one in case I decide to keep it, as it is decent elements. Also, it's steam vents. So who can say no to steam vents? Keep just gaining power cards with shadows. You do have a lot of energy sustain now, so let's just keep gaining power cards. Aha! Quicken the Earth struggles. Forsooth. Defend 10 in any mountain with Dahan. For 2 energy. And it's good elements. I accept. We need to think about a flame marker this turn. Ocean is only playing 2 cards this turn anyway. Gain a power card. If you forget it for fire, then you only have 1 card play. If you gain a power card and play it, then you have 2 for this turn still. The goal is to do the thing in D7. If I do have Ocean gather into each ocean, we could put shadows on D3 and put the flame marker there. It will blight the island. Maybe we don't want to blight the island before the invader stage so that we don't get blight card effects or blight event card effects. So I guess we're only putting 1 flame marker this turn if we're doing that, and it would have to be in D7. We're definitely blighting the island during the Ravage, but we probably don't want to deal with blighted island effects such as destroy a presence each round, or the event card that says on each board place a blight unless each board destroys 2 presents on each board to prevent it or whatever. So I guess we're not going to do the D3 one then. D2 is definitely a bit scary looking right now. Remember we pushed all the guys in there? Maybe that wasn't the best idea in the world. It's impossible to know. Downgrading to city in D4 and B4 is probably wise. Let's do that. Play those. I can gather and explore, destroy up to 2 explorers. So I can stop the B8 build by gathering that guy into B6. There is the flame marker there. I could hit... Well, I guess I can't stop both H1 and H5. I could hit H6 with the plus energy, but I can't gather 2 explorers. And none of the jungles are actually adjacent to each other, so... I'm gonna just do the reclaim like 1-3 loop, as it does kind of resemble Ocean and its tides. This card has fire on it. Strifing a city is pretty strong. Damage per Dahan. You have mental dread. So if I push the town and explore out and I strife the city, this is almost defended. This does require sacred site, but I'm creating a sacred site now, right? No, I'm not. Because I'm gathering into the ocean, and there will be no sacred sites. Okay. Scratch that then. Damage per Dahan, there won't be enough Dahan in there. It's definitely one of those two cards. I guess I could do Flame Marker in D3. No, I don't want to do Flame Marker in D3 right away. So it's probably this to put a Flame Marker down eventually without the need for Shadow's intervention. Gather 3 Dahan is a counter to Sweden-ish. Take that one. I'm gonna leave the guys in D2 though. I can actually hypothetically spend the energy to drown the guys, and it's not the worst because I will spend energy to drown things, but I'll get 1 energy back, so it's like even sort of, except if I also want to do this one. Maybe it's not energy neutral. There's a flame marker in each one. Oh, we have to defend each 3, so that has to be played. Not sure how I feel about that Dahan. Let's do Tidal Boon. Is there a place that Tidal Boon would be helpful? There's H1 and D2, but there's no shadows or river presence there to help. In case, let's do this. Got a fear card. Play the hand. So we could just wash away H1. Oh, so we don't need to do like setup for Tidal Boon there, and D2 is just screwed. Guess I'm gonna do Swall Land Dwellers in D2 maybe. But that's gonna cost a lot of energy, so no. Play this and then I can forget it next turn. Use that to get Dahan into place that would help or save from Sweden. I've really been doing good mitigation of that. I'm gonna give this to Ocean because Shadow's energy is not bad. Spend that one. Stop this build. And then there's no Dahan in any of these places, which is unfortunate. That's defended. These don't have Dahan, these do. And also use it for 1 damage to each building. Combo that with massive flooding. Can't hit that land. There's no other sacred site other than this one, so massive flooding is not even doing that great. Okay, I played this for elements, I guess. Defend that land. During the next normal ravage, cities do +2 damage. Otherwise, we would have gotten this if we did Blight the Island, so it's pretty good. On each board, add disease, ignore disease. Fear per land with invaders where Dahan outnumbered buildings. Okay. I'm gonna disease this one since it is not adjacent to a flame marker, so just prevent that build. Disease is ignored, so lighted land, lighted land. Remove an explorer town from a land where it is the only invader. It does actually stop a number of builds. Doesn't stop ravages. So for non-spirit effects, any spirit may pay the energy single land covered affected by a fear card. Yeah, so if we remove it from a land that's not adjacent to flame marker, we still have to spend 2 energy for that. But holy smokes, River has 8+2 energy out of nowhere. Is that a bug? You gain 2 energy because it's actually stage 2 now. And we played 1 energy worth of cards, so it probably isn't a bug. So let's stop the one there, stop the one there, just stop the inner land ones, and I guess stop all of those because those are the only options. Okay. Remove doesn't cost? Oh, you're right, because it's not anything would damage or destroy. Not right. You're right. Okay, Ravage there. And then these remaining ones are blights. So probably the one, probably want to do B2 first, because there are blight cards that say destroy presence immediately, in which case we could just take the H4 presence out. I guess that would also work if we click H4, just because like that would, we could destroy that presence before the blight card, the blight edition would destroy it. Like, yeah. But there's also a blight card that says on each board immediately destroy a town or something like that, so that would stop the D8 ravage. I'm gonna click this one. Hey, tipping point. Hope we didn't lose. Oh, we lost. We lost. We lost! Oh no! I didn't prepare for tipping point. I didn't notice that River had like 3 presents. Crap on a stick. The presence of a spirit has completely disappeared, and the others cannot stop the invaders alone. I wonder, though, what if a spirit is completely erased? I mean, it makes sense that, like, if you're playing with 3 people and one person completely loses their spirit, it's not fun for that person if the game continues with the 2 other people trying to salvage it, because that third person can't do anything. But I wonder what if, like, could you actually salvage certain boards or certain games? It'd certainly be a lot harder because it's still 3 boards with only 2 spirits, but I wonder. We got 0 for defeat, 16 for difficulty 8, 3 for the 3 invader cards not in the deck, 6 for the 19 surviving Dahan, -3 for the 11 blight on the island. Well, that sucks. Now imagine if we got tipping point before we even did any of those actions. I could say, like, what if I was like, hey, let's... Why is that city there? I don't think there was a city there, was there? Anyway. Was there? I don't know. Oh no, there was. There was. No, there wasn't. There's nothing with the beast. I don't know why there's a city. Yeah, what if I did the thing where I'm like, hey, let's put the flame marker in this land. Oh no, we lost the game because the river doesn't have enough presence. Oops. Alright, well, that stinks. It's only 8:14, so I probably should continue streaming. So let's do a 1-player game, difficulty 4 to 5. Kingdom of England Rituals of Terror with Shadows. And this is base England, so we don't have even the extra build, so it's just base England. We just have the additional loss. If 7 or more buildings are ever in a single land, the invaders win. Building boom. On each board with buildings, build in the land with the most buildings. Tipping point will go away when Jagged Earth comes out. Ah. Wait, is that really? Wasn't that removed for Nature Incarnate? I guess you could do it differently on digital, but... Tipping point is mean when I'm trying to be a volcano. All right. So yeah, just base England, but we also have Rituals of Terror. Terror levels are not earned via fear, but by the Ritual of Terror. Do not resolve fear cards during the invader phase. During either the slow or fast phase, I said that backwards, the spirits may perform the Ritual of Terror if there's a land with 1 presence from each spirit. That land has at least 3 Dahan per player, and the spirits collectively spend 3 energy total and destroy 3 presence total in that land. I feel like these total words were added later. The spirits collectively spend 3 energy and destroy 3 presence in that land. I don't remember. When the Ritual of Terror is performed, earn the next terror level. This may be victory on your 3rd ritual. Resolve all earned fear cards at the new terror level. Push all Dahan from the land where the ritual is performed, distributing them as evenly as possible among all adjacent lands. I.e., send 1 Dahan to each adjacent land before sending a second to any. Was this added? I feel like it was, because I would have pointed out that I period E semicolon, I think is incorrect. It has to be I period E period. Right? And also semicolon is wrong for that, right? I'm looking this up right now out of curiosity. It does look like... Should there be a comma after IE? If I remember correctly from English class, then one should put a comma after IE, i.e. the Latin abbreviation for idest, but lately I've seen the comma after IE dropped in books, so what is the rule? Some books and journals use American English, while some use British English. In the American style of writing, a comma is inserted before and after IE. However, in the British style of writing, a comma is inserted before but not after IE. Anyway, yeah, that's... Pretty sure that should be a comma, and I'm pretty sure there should be a period after E. That is a massive bug. I'm going to send that because my 12th grade nerd self wants me to. When I was in 12th grade, I was very picky about people doing things correctly in written text. And I also yelled at my mom when she said things incorrectly. Oh yeah, this is thematic map, by the way. We're on West. That's why that was 3 explorers. There. The terror levels are the same, but there's no... yeah. Oh yeah, setup changes. I didn't read this. Put the terror level dividers by the side of the board instead of into the fear deck. Put all fear cards into the fear deck. If you run out, earn no more fear cards. So the fear deck is thick. Welcome back, Nezu. We lost our game because Ripper ran out of presents. Awkward. Okay, well, there's only one spirit, which is rather unusual, which means that Mantle of Dread targets myself. That's cool. We don't have ocean, though, so we can't push into the ocean. Tragedy. But we don't have to do flame markers anymore, which is nice. So let's... These lands are all kind of crappy, too. We're going to need to use Concealing Shadows in West 1, right? Put 4 Dahan in there. 3, 5, 7, 8. That would be enough damage to kill everything if there's 4 Dahan in there. And I would not lose any Dahan, which is nice. This is a single explorer. So if I could gather that guy out, it restricts visibility to West 10. Gathering a guy out of West 6 won't stop visibility of West 7 because of West 5 or West 8. West 3 has a wild, so it's not super relevant for the time being. I just kind of want to think if I want to put my presence super far away or not. And by super far away, I guess I mean West 3, because that's the only one that's not range 1 for me right now. The reason I'm asking is probably because I'm probably doing this growth option to afford 2 cards at cost. Favors Called Due already hits West 1. Mantle of Dread will use in West 5, and those 2 hit this threshold to get that Explorer out. So that, like, kind of solves those lands, and that's blowing up. Doesn't mean I don't really have energy to do plus range things next turn. Unless I hit this growth option again. I'm definitely doing this so I can get the 2 card plays and afford that, so... Let's go ahead and take advantage of the range boost. Sacred Sites everywhere would see everything except for West 3, so let's do West 2. And that way we could hit West 3 with that Sacred Site, and it also hits West 4 and West 5. Mantle of Dread. Favors Called Due. Get this guy out of there. They're exploring the mountains. Hey! I stopped West 10. Yay! This actually could already have been used on me. It says any spirit, not another spirit, so I'm not even getting that benefit. We're doing this land, and we're pushing those guys coastal, so that ocean may drown them in a million years when ocean shows up. And then gather... I guess these Dahan are probably not going to do anything for a while. We can even gather those 2, so it is going to kill everything. Sure. This is not Sweden, so we don't care about singletons as much. We do have to worry about for Jeff Dugan events, but this Dahan is, I guess, actually at risk of Jeff Dugan because we're preventing the Ravage, so I guess I do want to counter all of them. Okay. We're going to pretend like we are Thunder Speaker. And I guess that was decent because now the Dahan outnumber the invaders, so we got fear. We got fear. Okay, I accept. I think I'm gonna go get energy this turn, so I don't necessarily need 3 card plays. Could also get to 3 card plays and hit this button anyway. If I could have 3 cards for next turn. I think that's okay then. But I would rather have some sustain. I'm just gonna veto what I just said. Let's do this so that I have range. Perhaps Wither can hit that, but I can at least get 1 Explorer out with Darkness Swallows. In each coastal land, push an Explorer 1 land inland. Hey, it's a stage 1 event card. That's pretty rare. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present and moves to an adjacent land if not. On each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with Blight to a land without Blight. Joke's on you, West doesn't have Blight. Those are all dead. This Ravage is gonna be screwed, so I would do that. But it's on each coastal land, so this guy is moving anyway. Rude. They're done with jungles, so I'm gonna go in jungle. And beasts generate fear. Okay, so adjacent land if not. Fear card. We can't resolve, right? Yeah, we don't have fear cards. Duh. Duh. Really logic. I totally forgot about the Ritual of Terror, by the way. So it is pretty good that we do have a land with 6 Dahan. However, that land probably needs to have 3 presence. And they explored sands, but there was no explorer. Oh, sorry, no, there was an explorer. They explored there, right? They didn't explore West 9, which is good. Reclaim. Power card. Mountains Ravage. Stop that with the innate. Drought. Portents of Terror. Oh, sorry, of Disaster, not Terror. Ritual of Terror was in my mind. Portents of Disaster gets 3/4 of a fear card. That's pretty amusing, honestly. If I want to be able to have the threshold for fear per Explorer destroyed, I would do this. It's kind of weird because I'm going to generate millions of fear cards, but not be able to use them. Because I can't use them until I perform the Ritual of Terror, which means I need to place presence down. But it's okay, because when I do resolve fear cards, we're going to have 1,000,000 of them, and we'll just win the game off of that, right? Right? Props Wither and Must 2 seems wise. I can't even get to Terror level, or to Darkness Swallows with Threshold, because I'm only playing 2 cards. Because I decided last round I wanted to take a presence off the energy track for some silly reason. That silly reason being that I would be at 0 energy right now if I didn't. Does this even do anything this round? I guess it does. It's West 6. Okay. They'll just throw in West 5. A terrible drought parches the land. I don't even have the 4 water, so they just automatically did that. Alright. Buildings have -1 health. If only I was dealing damage. Light to sands. That's fine. Beasts deal damage. And then defend. Which is good because the Dahan had -health. Coastal. So there. Is this bug still active where if I convert this town, it's gonna instantly die because the minus health goes away? No, okay. I think that bug got fixed. I think I probably reported it. And that's why. Get rid of that city. Okay, we just need 1 million presents in West 1. Also, I think this should not be IE. This should be EG. Catering back to my 12th grade English professional, but not really mindset. IE is, in other words, EG is for instance. So distributing them as evenly as possible among all adjacent lands. In other words, send 1 Dahan to each adjacent land before sending a second to any. But, like, this also would mean that you have to put 2 in each land before you put a 3rd one down. And 3 in each land before you put a 4th one down. But this second clause does not say that. So it's not really in other words, it's instance. For instance, send 1 to each adjacent land before sending a second to any. You think IE makes sense there? Okay. I'm not my 12th grade self. I'm not going to argue this point any further. It could say and so on. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine. Just saying. I don't really care. I care more about the missing period than I do about IE versus EG. Hence why I submitted the book. Okay. These 3 cards do not get me to 2nd threshold. Also, this land seems terrible. I suppose I could just do favors called due to get a virtual spot. I don't have to, like, do it in West 1. I could just do it in West 5. That has my sacred site. So it's gonna be favors called due, Mantle of Dread, and something else. Alright. I can't really Healing Shadows West 2 because there's no Dahan in there. Whoops. So let's gain a power card and see if it says gather 1 million Dahan fast. Those don't say gather 1 million Dahan fast. Browse the trees is great because Jungle Hungers, right? Or is Jungle Hungers Moon? I think Jungle Hungers is Moon. Now these are alphabetical. The Jungle Hungers? The Jungle Hungers. It's Moon. So Dark and Tangled Woods is great for Jungle Hungers. It would be okay to defend West 1 next turn at least. In any case, like, this is the only fire card, but if I click it, then I'm not hitting this threshold anyway. We're not getting to destroy explorers. Not that that would matter other than in West 3. We could still just gather that explorer out anyway and not destroy it. I guess Tark and Dangled Woods. Those woods are Tark and Dangled. But this is acceptable for West 1 at least. Let's get that ritual set up. I do have to be able to spend energy, so let's gain energy then. Unless I want to play 3 cards this turn, I don't know. I'm not doing it slow though, right? Never do fear cards slow because like half of them are defend effects and defending in a slow phase is silly. I didn't need to play that because it's not doing anything. On a coastal land on each board, move a town inland. On each board, choose a land with disease, 2 damage to invaders, 2 damage to Dahan. During Ravage, in every land, defend 1 per Dahan. Well, there's no disease. There's no Dahan in any of the sands. I'll put it here. West 4 is still an issue, but you know, this is also gonna. Let's do there. Immediately, 2 fear per player. Each spirit destroys 1 of their presence and loses 1 energy. I can destroy that presence because it was gonna go away anyway. Yay! Wetlands. And yes, West 2 is now London. 2, 3, 4, and yeah. Gather. Or no, wait. The gather has to be there for the ritual. I guess. And then Mantle of Dread, I guess. I don't know. I only have 2 Blight left, and this Cascade loses the game. So we're kind of doing a Fear card Trust Fall right now. Plus, I need millions of energy, so I'm going to take millions of energy. Lose 4 presence this turn. Why not? I guess actually I don't need to be there. I'm losing this sacred site. Do I care about that? Maybe eventually, I don't know. Let's just set that there so I could maybe consider the possibility of doing a Ritual of Terror there down the road, I guess. I don't know. But before we lose that presence or whatever, do that. And then, I don't know. That. And then perform the ritual before we lose the thing. John, why did that happen? I could have gotten an extra fear card if I had the option to not. Each player moves an explorer town from an inland land. Stop the build, yay. Each player moves an explorer town from a coastal land. Yay. Wait, not that one. In each land with buildings, destroy an explorer per town and 2 explorers per city. Yay. Each player adds strife on a land with tokens. For the rest of the turn, invaders have -1 health per strife. Doesn't hit this land. No. Skip the next normal build. Yay. Each player moves an explorer town from land with things. I guess I could have gone Concealing Shadows in West 2. Oh well. I.e. that. Oh, I can still do it. I can't. Because I don't have energy. Womp womp. And I could have gotten the 4th fear, the 8th fear card. Push 2 to hunt from a land with city to a land without city. Yay! We did it! A major could save West 2, except how would I afford that frickin' major? This game sucks. All right, new idea. Quick play, 1 spirit, 0 to 3 difficulty. Let's go. Base England, nothing else. Speedrun Sharp Fangs. Play. I'm just gonna click buttons. Not even going to say anything. I could make animation speed fast, but every time I do that, it really screws up the next gameplay session where the zoom-ins aren't smooth. Unless that bug has been fixed. Anyway. Jungles. Okay. 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 Can I kill this guy? I don't normally go for ranging hunt with plants on turn 1. I would need the animal, and I need to play both my things. So I guess I'm doing that. It stops the city. That's nice. If I put presence there, turn it into beasts. Technically, I guess before that I should gain power card, see what it is. I want plant animals, 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 plant animals. I don't see plant animals. I see a card with, I see 2 cards with plant, I see 2 cards with animals. I don't see 2 cards with plant and animals. Rude. I'm gonna click this one and you can't stop me. No, I'm actually gonna leave you there. Wetlands. Too near the jungle. Also, I could have just done this. I can get 3 fear. That's a lot of fear. Let's do that so I don't have to destroy a presence there. Although, I guess optimal Fangs play is to destroy presence the entire game because the beasts are too strong. Plant animals, plant animals, plant animals, mountain defend, or jungle defend, I guess. I accept these terms and conditions. And I'm just gonna do my usual setup. I'm just gonna get elements. Elements are nice. Wetlands build, wetlands build, wetlands build, wetlands build. I'm gonna go... Let's go there. That one to save that. This for town replacement? Interesting. Sorry, there's no town in A2. Never mind. Terrifying chase doesn't work. I have nothing for A2. I can preserve the disease. I guess. Sure. I don't have ranging. Oh, I do have ranging up. Duh. Okay, dark and tangle. Oh, but I don't have the damage ranging up, which is what I would have wanted for that. Well, I want this one defended. I don't care. I'm gonna lose my presence in A8. It's okay. The event card's gonna say beast steal damage, and I'm gonna be so happy. When exploring, blah blah blah, on each board, add beast to a land without blight that has town. During Ravage, Neverland, defend per Dahan. Okay. Beasts. Explorer does not affect coastal lands. Sands. I definitely don't want that town to be in a plate. Definitely don't want that town to be in a blight. Keep clicking cards. Lure of the Unknown. It says plant animals. It says plant animals. It says plant animals. Enticing Splendor is also nice. Do I have a game plan for A2? I guess beasts destroy the city if I have enough plant animals. I have this animal and this animal I'm only playing 2 cards. I want the plant animals. And so I shall. And so I shall. Plant animals. Wabam, wabam, wabam. 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 On each board, add explorers to land without things. Beasts destroy explorers. Each spirit with 3 Dahan may use a slow power now. That's not me. It's not me. And each beast destroys crap. Each player moves an explorer town from a land with disease. Hey, that guy was dying no matter what. City? We built this city. Good, London's in the inner land. Great. I play this game very well. I was going to terrifying chase out of A7, but that can't happen. That's rude. Does that even like that's my only presence? Great. Good game. In a land with Dahan, remove blight. Nope. It's gonna be push Dahan. I don't want to push Dahan. I love my powers that do so many great things. Okay. I'm gonna click this one. Do I click major? I'm gonna click major. And you can't stop me. Beasts? I will have moons. Plant would be nice. Plant stops the A3 build, but we also have like Call of the Dahan ways to convert that town, I guess. A7 Ravage is tragic. It's just happening. What if I just beasts? What if I just beasts? Thank you, Terrifying Chase, for serving your purpose of being forget fodder. But what if I just beasts? I'm gonna put a beasts. Oh, I can't put a beasts there. Tragic. I'm gonna go back in there. It is a build. Can't deal damage there though. Can move beasts around. I guess I could. Me. Did I want to convert this guy though? No, let's not do that. We're adding a million beasts. There's not. I have the threshold, but there's. I guess there's the explorer still. Okay, never mind. It's fine. I want the build on A3 to happen. Let's put 1 beast in there. Cities do plus damage, add disease, ignore disease, fear per land with invaders for Dahan outnumbered buildings. Great. Great. I love this. We love to see it. Bye, Dahan. Underspeaker is sad. To explore the mountains. Which is like the one land where Savage Transformation doesn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. I guess it still does something. Convert that guy. Convert that guy. Fair enough. Reclaim. Or my name is Fangs. I'm gonna take a miner, plant animals, plant animals, plant animals, plant animals. Probably panthers, I guess. I'm gonna go up the card place track now. Jungle Ravage. A8 is screwed. Unless beasts deal damage. So beasts want to deal damage, right? They want to deal damage. We're not gonna lose to another tipping point, right? That's not gonna happen. It can't possibly happen. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. You can just stay. After advancing invader cards, perform a build step for one terrain not shown under any invader action. Beast deal damage! Beast deal damage! We saved. We only killed one beast there. Yay! Yay! Strife to a town, -1 health per strife. Push up the 3 things from an inland land. This guy makes it less London. They've already done jungle, so that guy could just move over there. They can't explore mountains. This makes it less London is why I want to do that. Okay. I don't know why that minus health went away. Also lost the strife, to be fair. Okay. Build in wetlands, because why not? This is Convert Explorer. This is the only guy that exists. Okay. KKK. Oh, that's probably bad. Never mind. Sorry. I meant to say KK. You didn't hear me say the 3 letters that are terrible. I didn't even think. Let's start over again. Hi, I'm Logic Dolphin. I'm gonna hit this button. Probably want to start thinking about getting moonfires. Or no moonfires. There's a moon, there's a fire. We do have moonfire there at least, so it's not that bad. Mountain Ravage doesn't do anything. Sans build, of course. A7 is a thing. Can't really do anything about it. Sap the strength to maybe consider the possibility of working there. I can play 3 cards. I want beasts. I have a blight removal card, but it needs Dahan. How do I get Dahan there? I would love Dahan. Dahan are great. I guess I can prevent the 2 builds in A7, right? Yeah, it's something. We'd have to do Ranging Hunt in A5 into A7. That's okay, that works. So Prey. That's not Prey. Prey. I don't need to plant because I'm not killing things with that, so... Add more beasties. Yeah, the Dahan are not in things where I want them to be. There was Dahan in A7, I killed them. And then I took Call to Tend because I'm smart. I'm smart. I guess I could do damage in A7, but not enough damage. Or would it be? No, I don't have enough animals. I'm playing 3 cards. What am I talking about? I have animals. I have animals for days. So we'll kill a city. We built this city. We built this city. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. I'm not actually in a jungle if I do that. I do need to be in A7. I do... Okay, let's not play Teeth Claim then. Just any animal card, preferably one that doesn't have... I guess that one. Okay. So now... Bam, bam... Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. I guess I could have gathered A4 out instead and left the guy in A8. I could also get into A8 very easily. I guess I can get to any land easily now. Fair enough. Do I actually want to near the jungle then? Or not too near the jungle? Teeth Gleam? Land without Blade? Nah. Do not build. Get more beasts. Plus damage when ravaging, add disease to thing, remove blight from a land with at least 2 Dahan. Well, you know, stop mocking me with A7 already. There's no escalation. But we do have all of the Dahan ways. I want that in A2 instead. As beasts, mountain, jungle. Kill that guy. Kill one of these. Okay, so now how do we block the A7 Ravage? Sap the strength. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. So we don't need the major to deal with that. We are kind of energy starved. Let's see if we can get a free power that has plant, animal, fire, moon on it. This has plant, fire, moon. And it's free. Sure. Presence. Reclaim 1. I want to be in a jungle. That. I'm in a jungle now. This has plant fire on it. That kills the thing in A8. I need to convert for a beastie. Sure. Defend. Half damage. This is the only one without blade. Don't necessarily need things. Actually, I can move my presence. Spread out on the coast. And we do have a thing that can place wilds or destroy explorers. We could just do it in like A8 or something. We are on stage 3 now, so this is when things are fun. Let's just leave it there. Keep your presence there, that's fine. On a coastal land on each board, there is none. Choose land with disease. There is this one still, maybe? During Ravage Defend. Oh no, there's this one, and it just dies, and it doesn't kill Dahan. Okay, cool. No cities. Good luck with that. May gather 2 things into a coastal land, defend 4 in all coastal lands. There are no explorer towns. May downgrade a town city on a coastal land. There is no town city on a coastal land. Fantastic. We just have to destroy the city and we win the game. Mountain wetland. How do we do that? This isn't enough damage. It's foolish. Too near the jungle. That guy. And it is a wetlands ravage or a coastal ravage, so A2 is done. Do not go there. And stop that guy. Okay, we need to hit threshold for A7. I do not... I guess I have reclaim 1. I didn't reclaim 1 last turn. I just didn't. I got reclaim 1. I didn't reclaim 1. I am smart. I'm gonna click... this one. And I also need a fire card. Well, I'm gonna click. Let's see, because I'm on 6 energy right now. I'm gonna risk it major. Oh, those are expensive. That's just rude. That's just rude. This works though, because there's the wilds there. Assuming they don't explore jungle, which they might. Even then, once I have the damage, it's fine. I'll just damage. Damage is fine. Damage is great. Damage is fun. Get rid of that card. Place that. I can just get more energy. I can afford things. Convert that guy. More beasties. Play cards. Play cards. Play cards. I don't have enough animals? Well, that's just rude. Whatever. Stop that guy from not doing anything at all. Actually, let's put the things along the coast. Whoop. And then you can go to A1 and guard A1. Do we have any sons? No. So missionaries arose. Or sorry, Dahan was ignored. Ignore the contact. Replace the Dahan with a town. Yay! Beast destroy explorers. Yay! That is a bit rude. That's gonna be a city, and that's a blight. So I guess I go for the blight. There's also a blight, but I want to kill the town. Immediately draw 1 minor power, +1. I'm gonna keep it because if I replace it, I might get tipping point. If I replace it, I might get tipping point. Oh no. A gift of constancy that you're always playing is rather interesting. And if Fonts and Numbers gives you the fire moon every turn as well. I'm gonna go with constancy. Gives energy. Or does it? It does, right? Yeah. Target spirit gains 2 energy during time passes, blah blah. Alright, yeah. Did we actually win a game? Did it require me to play a really easy game? Yes? Do I care? No. Yay! You could probably say I was playing fast and loose today. At least the last game I felt like I was playing fast and loose. The first game I was good. I only lost because I didn't notice River only had 3 presents. The second game I probably played a bit too fast and loose at the end. Because as John pointed out, I could have gotten a major power and that might have saved that land. It's not guaranteed, but it was more likely than what I was trying to do. Which was to resolve a bunch of fear cards at tier level 2, which generally don't solve city problems. But yeah. 10 for victory, 5 for difficulty, 6 for the 3 remaining invader cards, 5 for the 5 remaining Dahan, -4 for the 4 blight. Alright, well, I am done. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Be sure to check out the other streams I have on this channel. Where are we, Thursday? Every Sunday at 1 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays with usually myself, usually Seamus. Every Friday at 4 p.m. first, actually, is Look at the Seamus the Hug Monster. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John. Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinels of Earth Prime, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, One Deck Galaxy, Aeon's End, Spirit Island, and Horizons of Spirit Island, all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. Find more information on those games at handelabra.com. But that does wrap things up for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.